And on the hill, Emmett Sheehan. Chris, how about a scouting report?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Ready to go now. Zach Neto getting ready to hit. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
The 2-2 now. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. And up next for Los Angeles, Nolan Schanuel. Way out front for strike 2.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Brings it in, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Mike Trout. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away. Cut on and missed, and Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
That's ball 2.
Moncada throws to first. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Here's Kyle Tucker. Swing and a miss, and the count is even, 2-2. On the ground right side, Frazier. And the home first moving along quickly today. 2 gone. 2 down, base is empty. The batter now will be Will Smith. And a big swing and a miss. This one in the air, center field. And that'll do it. Back here in L.A. So in now for the Angels, Yoan Moncada. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Touches down, that's a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. The throw to second is offline.
Batting fifth, right fielder.
Now batting Joe Adell. This one in the air, right field. Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. And it gets by him. In comes the first run of the game as the Angels take the lead. And next for the Angels, Josh Lowe. Here's a 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it. 1 on, nobody out. A run in here at the top of the second.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Runner takes off. Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. Throw into third.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Pitch out, but no action. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Logan O'Hoppe. Late on that fastball. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Adele at third. Low at first. 1 gone. Swing and he popped it up. Kim has a beat on it. Makes the grab. Here's Adam Frazier. And a 1-1. On the ground. Kim. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the second. Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Hit on the ground to short. Neto. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Ball to strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Line drive. Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball.
Bunted back towards the mound. Neto for 1.
You're out.
Over to first. Safe.
No, he's safe.
They put the tag on him, and that's a double play to end the inning. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Zach Neto. Kim. Tosses to first, and 1 away in the top of the third. Now the number 2 hitter, Nolan Shanuel. And there's a ball. Fly ball down the line. And that will drop foul. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. He's got it, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And now batting, Mike Trout. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Swings through that one, out in front that time. Base knock, center field. And the tying run is on base.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it, just stay disciplined.
Neto to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Back-to-back base hits. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days.
Runners on the move. Caught in a rundown now. And a ball and 2 strikes. Line drive, that's a base hit. One run's in. Here comes the runner. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead. It's 2-1.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing.
There goes the runner. Hung up in a rundown now.
High leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely. And now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
Runner on the go again. Up the middle. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there.
Shohei on the go. Right side to second, but he beats the throw. Save. First and second, no outs. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Double steal. On a line, base hit. Here's Ohtani flying around third. He's safe, and they lead by 3.
Everything came together for him. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Ground ball could be 2. Frazier over to second. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning here in the last half of the third. Rips that one center field. That's a base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Max Muncy.
That's back-to-back singles for him. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead,
runner takes off. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. Start of the 4th, so now the Angel cleanup hitter, Yoan Moncada. Downstairs to Moncada.
You know, these Angels showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Good job to fight that one off.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Joe Adell.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The Dodgers leading by 4, top half of inning number 4. Swings and misses, and we're filled up.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
That's a good at-bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. So up next, Josh Lowe. Runner on the go. They pitch out. Throw to second. Out, and that wasn't close. Fastball for a strike. Rojas. And that is the inning. Back here in LA, bottom of the 4th, Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Miguel Rojas at the plate.
The shortstop, Miguel.
The count 2-1. Line drive, base hit, right center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it.
Runner on the move, and he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. Throws to second.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always transfer.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. One run across. Another comes in to score. It's a two-run single. It's 7-1. One down. Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now. Into center. And it falls. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. Next offering is fouled back. 2 on, 1 out. There goes Tucker in the dirt. And he comes in to score the wild pitch. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. But 1 run does score on the play before the inning ends. We go to the top of the 5th. So in now for the Angels, Jorge Soler. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Throws to first in time. One away here in the 5th. Logan O'Hoppe, the next to hit for the Angels. The 1-1. And it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull into second safely. Now here is Adam Frazier. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Hernandez takes it in for the out. And there are 2 outs. Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Zach Neto digs in now. Man at second. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. Base hit. The tag at third, and he's out. That ends the frame. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. Hard hit, right side. Frazier on to first in time. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So digging in, Teoscar Hernandez. 1-1 now. And that one pulled foul. Hard hit left side. On to first. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along, 2 quick outs. 2 down, base is empty. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. Back here at Dodger Stadium. So in now for the Angels, Nolan Schanuel.
You know, these Angels, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate.
Alex Vesia will take over here.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters. And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
That one gets down for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. Kind of just punched it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
Got him. 1 down.
Up next for the Angels.
1 out, man at first. Here is Moncada. Oh, that hit him. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Up next for the Angels.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Joe Adell. The 1-1. In the air, right field. 2 down. So now the DH spot, Josh Lowe.
The designated hitter, Josh Lowe.
2 on, 2 outs. And it's fouled away. Up the middle. In plenty of time to first. And that is that. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 6th. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a big swing and a miss. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably.
Runner takes off in the air out to center. And that'll get down for a hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
A couple of singles back to back. That could be.
So the Angels turn to their bullpen for a new pitcher, Drew Pomeranz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Ground ball up the middle. Neto for 1 to first, not in time, and a run scores. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Shohei Ohtani. First offering, runner goes, cut on and missed. The tag, and he's out at second. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Siggy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia.
Yeah. Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Catcher, Logan
So up
O'Hoppe.
next, Logan O'Hoppe.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. And that is that. Back here in L.A., set for the last half of the seventh. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. The 1-1. And that drops in for a strike.
No, that's low.
That one hammered center field. And in one hops the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
That pitch came off the bat really well into center field, and he clearly put a nice swing on it. And anytime you can get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good.
He's trying for third on the ground to the left. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Puts a bunt down. There's one. Save. And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. Teoscar Hernandez now at the plate. This one in the air center field. Trout under it. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. He scores on the sac fly, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.